Imagine an elderly man, dressed in white, with an impeccable mustache and a kind smile. Now, imagine that this man, at 65 years old, loses everything and decides to bet it all on a single idea: fried chicken. Sounds crazy? Well, that madness became an empire. This is the story of KFC, the Colonel's dream. The story begins in Henryville, Indiana, in 1890. There, Harlan Sanders was born, the man who, decades later, would be known worldwide as Colonel Sanders. His childhood was not easy. His father died when he was a child, and he had to start working at a young age to help his family. He went through everything: farmer, firefighter, ferry driver. Sanders was a restless spirit, a born entrepreneur, even though the word entrepreneur was not in vogue at that time. In 1930, Sanders took over a gas station in Corbin, Kentucky. But Sanders was not content with filling tanks. He started cooking for the hungry travelers who passed by. His specialty: fried chicken, cooked with a recipe he had perfected over the years. Sanders's makeshift restaurant, called Sanders Court and Cafe, soon became famous. People came from far away just to try his chicken. Even the governor of Kentucky awarded him the honorary title of Colonel, in recognition of his contribution to the state's cuisine. The best-kept secret: Sanders's chicken was different. It was juicy, crispy, and had an unmistakable flavor. The secret, of course, was in the recipe: a blend of 11 herbs and spices that Sanders guarded jealously. This recipe became the basis of his success, and also the center of many myths and legends. But Sanders's life was not a bed of roses. In the mid-1950s, a new interstate highway diverted traffic from Corbin, and his restaurant went bankrupt. At 65, with no savings and a social security check that barely covered his living expenses, Sanders faced a crossroads. Give up or reinvent himself? The birth of an empire. Sanders chose the second option. Armed with his secret recipe and his pressure cooker, he hit the road to franchise his fried chicken. He visited restaurants, cooked for the owners, and, if they liked it, offered them a deal. He would sell them the recipe and the preparation method, and they would pay him a commission for each chicken sold. At first, it was difficult. Many rejected him, but Sanders was persistent. He knew he had something special. Little by little, he began to convince some restaurateurs. In 1952, he signed his first franchise agreement with Pete Harmon in Salt Lake City, Utah. It was Harmon who suggested the name Kentucky Fried Chicken, which Sanders adopted with enthusiasm. The KFC concept was innovative. It offered a quality, consistent product at an affordable price. In addition, Sanders became the face of the brand. His figure of a Southern colonel, with his white suit and mustache, was easily recognizable and conveyed confidence and tradition. Expansion and changes. In the 1960s, KFC experienced explosive growth. Franchises opened throughout the United States and in other countries. Sanders became a celebrity. He appeared in television commercials and traveled the world promoting his chicken. However, despite the success, Sanders felt frustrated. As the company grew, he lost control over the quality of its products. In 1964, at the age of 74, he decided to sell KFC to a group of investors led by John Y. Brown Jr. and Jack C. Massey. Although he was no longer the owner, Sanders remained the face of the brand. He traveled the world, visiting franchises and making sure the chicken was prepared correctly. He became an ambassador for KFC, a symbol of quality and authenticity. The myth of the secret recipe. The KFC recipe is one of the best-kept secrets in the world. It is said that the original recipe is locked in a vault at KFC headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky. Only a handful of people know the complete formula, and they are required to sign strict confidentiality agreements. But is the recipe really that secret? Over the years, many versions and alleged leaks have emerged. Some claim that the recipe includes exotic ingredients or complex preparation techniques. Others suggest that the key is in the quality of the ingredients and the perfect balance of spices. In 2016, journalist Jay Jones of the Chicago Tribune claimed to have found a copy of the original recipe in a notebook of Colonel Sanders's niece. He published the recipe, which included 11 herbs and spices, as well as detailed instructions for preparing the chicken. KFC never confirmed or denied the authenticity of the recipe published by Jones. Some experts believe that the recipe is legitimate, while others consider it an imitation. The truth is that the mystery surrounding the secret recipe of KFC continues to fuel curiosity and interest in the brand. KFC today. Today, KFC is one of the largest restaurant chains in the world. With more than 24,000 locations in more than 145 countries. The brand has evolved over the years, adapting to the tastes and preferences of consumers. It has expanded its menu to include new options, such as chicken sandwiches, salads, and sides. Despite the changes, KFC remains true to its roots. Fried chicken remains the star dish, and the image of Colonel Sanders remains a symbol of the brand. KFC has managed to maintain its legacy, honoring the vision and entrepreneurial spirit of its founder. The Colonel's legacy. The story of KFC is a story of perseverance, innovation, and passion for food. It is the story of a man who, despite the difficulties, never gave up and who managed to build an empire from a simple fried chicken recipe. The story of Harlan Sanders teaches us that it is never too late to pursue our dreams, that age is not an obstacle to success, and that, sometimes, the best ideas come from adversity. Because sometimes, behind a simple bucket of fried chicken, there is a whole story that few know. And you, did you already know the story of Colonel Sanders? Leave us your comment and don't forget to subscribe for more stories of myths and brands.